Hello, this is Compound Interest Stock Guy, and today we're going to be talking about my portfolio, so stay tuned. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. It helps my channel grow, and I appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Give me a thumbs down if you dislike the video. I want to disclose I'm not a financial advisor. This is just for entertainment information purposes. Do not buy or sell a stock based on anything I talk about in this video. Buy or sell after you do your research, your due diligence, and you like the investment that you decide to pursue. Okay, so um, this is actually a black oyster catcher. This bird, they're pretty cool, but I'm not going to bore you too much with the bird. But so we're going to get into this. Uh, One of my light bulbs, it it went out, so my lighting's not that bad today. So it's not that great today. I mean, okay, so I own 60,000 HIP warrants, the regular warrants, and I own 22,000 HIP warrant A's. So the HIP warrants are a strike price of 175 per HIP, and they're gonna expire sometime in January. So I don't like those at all. I actually want to offload them and I want to convert them to the HIP warrant A's, which are good for $1 strike price and they're good till 2023. So I have I have them on the bid for all those to try to sell them at 3 cents, and there'll be a loss, but it is what it is. And yeah, I like the HIP warrant A because that'll give me one of every HIP warrant. It'll give me uh, for every 15 HIP warrants, it'll give me about one hexo warrant for a strike price of 15.5 for hexo until 2023. So if hexo goes to say like 35 or something like that in the next year or two, then I'll be heavy in the money. So I own 122,000 SRHI warrants, and that's good for strike price of 660. And the company's copper, and they have some other stuff, but it's mainly copper. So it's based. The price is going to go up and down based on the price of copper. So those are leveraged out till 2022, I believe, and the strike price is 660. So they got a ways to go up before they're in the money, and but I paid like nothing for them, and I believe in that. And then I have 105,000 HVT Harvest One warrant A's, and those are strike price for 230, and they're good till the end of January or early February in 2020. And I own 1,500 InMed warrants, and the strike price is 125, and they're good till I think June 2020. I own TMD, Titan Medical something, and Warrant I, and I own 1,500 of those, and that's good for a strike price of I believe $22, and I think they're good till 2022. It's a long expiration, so there's not that big of a float, so we'll see. I didn't spend that much money on them, but I wanted to. It looked as though it might have some potential. I have 800 Suniva shares. I have 1,000 GGI shares, and I just recently bought 1,950 shared international shares, and got them at about 42 cents average, and the price to book's really good on those, and it's a nickel play, so I'm hoping that the price goes up a lot when nickel starts going up, which I think it will. Hyperinflation hasn't really happened, but that's why I'm playing the commodity sector for that. I have a video on that, so if you want to watch the video to learn more, go ahead. I own 10,000 LGC Capital shares, and I'm not sure when the company's going to be really like kicking it, but they're starting to sell in Jamaica now, and they own percent ownerships in all these different places around the world. They even have a facility they're building in Quebec and in Switzerland, somewhere else. So it's just kind of a global kind of uh, just it's just got a lot of different assets, and they just added some nice expertise people such as Monsanto's and I think Hewitt Packard, and they got a British American tobacco guy. So all these guys from big industries before are just like clinging on. So I don't know. I'm sure it's gonna pay off one of these days. And I own 8,000 nutraceutical, ticker NU, and that's basically they own they have a deal with Nutritional High, and they also make these tablets that are blueberry and caffeine, and so they're starting to sell, and they're at Loblaw stores and 7-Elevens, and we'll see how that goes. I believe in it. I own 2,100 crop shares, and I own 5,000 Eve. I really like Eve, and they're going to be growing 1 million square feet. So I think that's going to be a big winner for me. I I first started my position around 25 cents, so I haven't sold one share because I don't think I think it should be around $1 at least if you compare it to other companies in the industry. So we'll see. I own 1,400 shares of Chew, and yeah, I'll see about that. I'm still in the red. I own 1,000 CVGR stocks, and uh, the company brought someone from um, the alcohol industry, and as well they have uh, some master grower or an old grower from Weed MD, and I don't know, it's a little interesting. I don't know how well that company's gonna do, but I was just trying to do a swing trade, so I'll see. If it goes to around 25 cents, I'm probably gonna get out. But it could go a lot higher as well. I'm not really sure. I just don't know enough about it. I didn't invest that much money into it, so that I just want to get out and get into something that I understand better. And I own 50 shares of Bilzerian, and that's halted, and it that company's got a really tight float, so that company could really explode. I own 2,010 shares of Isodio, and yeah, they haven't had the greatest last 12 months, but I think things might be turning around, so we'll see. I'm just gonna hold on. I'm in the red on those, so Eh, you wait. I'll wait it out till I get fair value for them, like $5 or $10. I think is a fair value, and maybe I'll keep some based on hype. If it goes to say $12 or $15, I own 100 shares of MedMen, and I think that they'll do good. There's actually I just read some article, some a newsletter was just sent out to me, and they're just pumping it up. So I think there's going to be some nice juice on MedMen going upwards. And I own 500 shares of Meta National Access, and I own 1,000 shares of TGIF, and I own 3,000 shares of North Isle Copper and Gold. And that company hasn't really done much, but they're connected with Freeport McMoRan, a big copper company. So it's just kind of a spec play, and I'm down on that, but I'm not really worried. Eventually, I think the Freeport McMoRan's spending money on them to kind of grow their resources. So I figure with due time, it should be worth some money. Not, well, you can't win every stock. So, and then I own 2,500 shares of Asoyas Cannabis, OSO, and I really like that company. It's got a really nice share structure and a really nice price. And I think they're going to be a medium-sized extraction company, not as big as Valence Grow Worker or Labs or I think it's Neptune, but they're gonna have a place in the market, I believe, and they're also gonna be a hemp and a cannabis grower they intend to do. So I think they're gonna surprise a lot of people, and if you can get in now at 24 cents, I think that's a screaming buy. As far as a speculation company, I'm not saying to go all in on any of these stocks or especially OSO, but I think that's a very good price. And I own 5,000 shares of Pure Point Uranium (PTU), and yeah, because uranium might start skyrocketing any day. So uh, and then I own 10,000 shares of Relevium, uh, ticker RLV in Canada, and I believe that's going to be a winner. They did 1 million, and they're in Walmart, and I think they have some distribution capabilities. They want to do CBD and stuff. They've been, I don't know, they're just kind of a sleeper. So we'll see how that works out. I'm sure one of these days it's going to go up, and then I'll sell my shares. When it goes to say 25 or 50 cents, maybe I'll sell all my shares. And I own 1,000 shares of Trulieve, ticker MJ, and I think they're a great company. They're the #1 pet hemp company. So if you want to get a pet hemp company, I think that's a pretty good choice, especially at the price. And yeah, research them. I got a video on Trulieve, so if you want to learn more about Trulieve, I have a video on them. And I own Tilt Holdings. I own 700 shares of Tilt Holdings, and I think they're I think they're going to be a big winner in 2019 and early 2020 as far as their share price appreciation and the revenues coming in. So I really like what Tilt Holdings doing. I own 4,500 shares of Wayland. They used to be one of my biggest holdings, and I've kind of diversified a lot. As you can tell, I have a lot of different companies, and but they're doing good things. I mean, they're gonna have this partnership with World, and their facility is top of the line. When it gets built, it's gonna be super intense. Like it'll be very low cost per gram, and it'll just be very advanced. And then they just got the uh, deal for Germany, so to get to win the tender for 3 lots, so that's 600 kilograms per year. And Aurora and Africa both, I think, got 1,000 kilograms. And yeah, I think they're gonna come out of the ashes. They've had not a very good last 12 months for a few different reasons, but I think moving forward, I think they might have their day in the sun. I think coming right now and then later into the year when they keep uh, having more rooms that they can grow in, and yeah, I think and then they start expanding in international. Maybe they have an outdoor grow where they start this summer, maybe in Colombia or something, or they have some hemp growing. So it's hard to say, but I think there's a lot of stuff going on for them. And I own 100 shares of Xena, ticker Xena. I mean, company Zenabis, and I think they have a very big square footage, and so I think with time their value is going to go up. They've gotten beaten up with their share price recently, but I think they're doing things solid. I mean, I think they're going to have a share price somewhere around where Afria has it. I think yeah, I think the management's very solid, and I think they're going to be doing good. I own 1,500 the Namaste warrants, which aren't doing that good. The strike price is 315, and with everything going on with Namaste, I'm not sure if they'll expire worthless. So it's hard. We'll see how high it goes, but I think if I was able to just break even on those warrants, I think I'd be happy. And I own 5,000 PTM warrant use, and those warrants are, I think, one share for every 20 warrants, I believe, or maybe it's 10 warrants. But it's playing the speculation on the price of platinum and palladium going up. And I don't know, I didn't pay that much money for them, but I wanted to play the leverage side on platinum, so I bought them. Yeah, so, and then I'll go into my USA portfolio is IGNG. I own 800 shares of IGNG, and I own 100 shares of Kush Bottles KSHB, and I own 3,500 shares of Players Network. And Players Network has a deal in Argentina with one of the state governments, so they'll have an outdoor grow going on at the end of the year. They're also in Nevada, and well, Kush Bottles is a top company for ancillary. They made 25 million, and they're going to be reporting on April 15th. So I'm expecting that they'll probably do around 27 to 30 million US dollars, and I think the market will like that. And it just kind of depends on their profit margins, but we'll see. I own for options right now, I own Dries. That's a shipping stock. I paid a little bit of money, like 50 bucks for two call options for $5 strike. So I'm hoping that Dries can go to say $6 or $8 in the next 6 weeks, and then I can make some money on that. And then I own 2 calls on XXII, and those are $2 strike prices, and that's good till July, so I got a lot of time in those. So if XXII goes up crazy, maybe it goes to $5 or $6, then I'll make a lot of money on those call options. So I like that because it seems as though biopharmaceutical cannabis is kind of heating up. It's just my kind of thinking, just with Zynerba, and then I know there's some types of pharmaceutical conferences that are going on soon, so it just seems as though biopharma's under the radar, but there's probably big pharma that are behind the scenes, and they want to find out who they want to partner with. So even someone such as GW Pharmaceuticals could buy XXII if they want to merge, so that they have Zynerba's technology with them. But I mean, there's all different types of avenues that Zynerba, but I have yeah, I own 2 calls at $10 strike price, and I own 1 call for $7.50 strike price. The 1 call for $7.50 strike price was in the money. I had 3 of them, and then I sold 2 of them for profit, and then just kept running. That was kind of stupid of me. I should have just hold on to at least 2 of them. If I had 3, I should have hold on to 2. I was just I don't know. I just decided to take money off the table, and then I did a more out of the money, because then it started running. Then I was like, okay, I'm gonna do $10 strike prices, and not spend as much money to get the same as many calls, and those are gonna expire at the end of May. But I figure Zena ZYNE is starting to run, so there's a target price on Zena about $20 average. So if those go to $20, I'll make about $2,000 if I keep them until expiration. And then on the one, I'll make another like $1,250 or $1,300 if it goes to $20 before expiration. That's best case scenario. I mean, even if it only goes up, say, like 2 or 3 more bucks in that time, I'll still do pretty decent on them. So I think that was good me to pick up the Xena call options, because then I don't have to pay as much money for the to get the upside on them. But again, that's my portfolio. I hope you liked my transparency and what my portfolio entails. And yeah, so you learn a bit about what I'm invested into. I'm fairly broad. I also forgot I'm also invested in MRS. I didn't mention that. So MRS ticker, uh, and the company's Mission Ready Solutions, and they're building a nice company for military, and they bought this company Unifier that's gonna have big contracts with federal government. So we'll see. There, it's just kind of a wait and see. They did some PP and it hasn't been fully finalized or something like that. But as soon as the word gets out on MRS, I can see that company really start going up, because the potential for MRS to make a ton of money is very high. So we'll see. Again, this is just for entertainment and information. Do not buy anything because I talked about it here. Buy after you did your research and your due diligence and you like the investment that you're pursuing. So anyways, until next time, peace.